Hey guys, my name is LegoMan71, and at the time of this recording, we now have 378 subscribers. And to celebrate that, today I will be answering some questions that you, the audience, have asked me. Without further ado, let's roll. The first question is from Gustavo HOF. Do you plan on making more of the 3D animated sketches? Also, will you be adding more characters to them? Yes, I love making these little skits. It works really well when I want to get a video out, but I'm too busy for a heavily edited video like one of my modeling mocks videos. And yes, you will also be seeing new characters pop up here and there. Some you may know, some you may not, but trust me, they're all really good people, and I enjoy chatting with them. Also, I love their mock designs. And next one comes from Top Hat Studios. Other than Ultimus, how many IRL mocks do you have? I have 9, 10 if you count the work in progress of Cryolock. Most of my physical mocks are my original characters that I used in both my stop motion and you will see in my main storyline eventually. The Master of Nothing asks, what's your favorite Bionicle/Hero Factory character? Surge is probably my favorite Hero Factory character. I know, very original, but there's just something about blue comic relief characters that I just kind of gravitate towards. For Bionicle, however, I'd probably go with Lezovic. He's just a really cool character, and I love his design. Electro10 Mox asks, first Lego set, and got any good Floridian stories? Well, it was a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure that my first Lego set was either one of the creator sets that I am showing on screen, or it was a Star Wars set from 2011. It was set number 7915, the Imperial V-Wing. I still have bits and pieces of it around somewhere. As far as my Floridian stories go, I think I might take a few out of my life and just put them into a small compilation of stories. And I'll put that in its own video, which when I release it, I will come back to this video and suggest it in the cards. Lego Swappers ask, what is your favorite potato? Mine would have to be the Russet's potato. They're great for making mashed potatoes, and it's delicious combined with my mom's roast beef. Chef's And this one is from Blaze Bionicle. How often do you think about cheese? Personally, this is about every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day. I don't actually think about it that much unless I'm ordering food. Although I do enjoy stuffed crust pizza, so I guess that kind of counts. Baraki25 Productions asks, do you plan on making a show with your characters? Yes, my plan is kind of similar to a lot of my friends like Blaze Bionicle, Yeet, and Bionicle C4. We all plan on making animated series based on our own respective stories. In fact, I get really pumped up whenever one of us mentions our stories. Especially Blazes and C4s, they sound really good. Of course, all of us are in various stages of production on these shows. Some of us are still writing it out, some of us are still trying to figure out how to animate. So my only words on that is just be patient and enjoy it when it comes out. As far as my story goes, I just use Bionicle and Hero Factory parts as a median for character design, because if you know even the slightest bit about lore, if you know just a little bit about Ultimus, you know he's a Transformer. He's not an actual Toa or Hero or anything. The same can be said for most of my mocks. Even if they aren't initially Transformers, like say my Bionicle dinosaurs, I will eventually probably just turn them into Transformers. I don't know why, it just happens. Jose Miguro, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, asks, any ideas about a mock series, or just random shorts with ideas you've had with them for now? This kind of goes along with my last answer. Yes, I do plan on making a series, but until I can get more skilled at writing and I learn Blender, my skit videos and modeling mock series is probably going to be most of my channel for the next foreseeable future. The underscore Yeet, a good friend of the channel, asks, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? Honestly, not as much as I do the Mesozoic period. Unless we're talking about like major wars like the American Revolution, World War One, World War Two, Vietnam, the Great Emu War, which is a totally real thing. You should look it up. It's hilarious. I'm more interested in prehistory, like dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and giant crocodilomorphs. Clutch Freaking Powers asks, what's your favorite Toa team? Mine has to be the Toa Mystica / Fantoka. The canonized fan models of the Toa Haga are really cool, and I really like those, but I'm probably going to have to go with the Toa Mari. I just like how unique and diverse they all look, considering that they're still using the Nika torso system. Also, that commercial with Chris Daughtry singing Crashed is kind of what got me into Bionicle in the first place, so I feel pretty partial to them. Adex wants to know what my favorite cheese is. Simple. American. Alright, next one is from Baltics Films. Was there anyone who inspired you to do this? If so, who was that person? This is actually a very good question, and it has several answers. My channel has several aspects of it that have been inspired by different kinds of content creators. My Modeling Mock series, where I show time lapses of myself building mocks and telling a story, is inspired by the art YouTuber named Popcross Studios. He takes things from pop culture and combines them with other things. Like, for example, he takes Spider-Man villains and turns them into Transformers. Which, if you want to see how far I've come in my video production, you can see my first episode of Modeling Mocks, which was a Lego version of his lizard transformer. Yes, I know, cringe. I have improved, I swear. I also take inspiration from his thumbnail design, as you can see for some of my videos. My series of videos where I make 3D printed helmets, mainly Halo helmets, is based off of the YouTuber Galactic Armory, who introduced me to 3D printing in the first place. And my love of stop motion can be attributed to much older channels like iBionicle, Absurdly Awesome, and Crazy Films 1121. They inspired lots of shorts and old videos that I've been making since I was in middle school. And I will guarantee you, none of you will ever see some of those, because what remains is horrible. I will take these to the grave before I let any other human witness these horrible abominations I have created. Funnily enough, two of my oldest existing mocks, Servo and Trigger, originated in these series. Too bad you're never going to see it. Oh well. Gokaku Otaku says, Optimus had Megatron, Rodimus had Galvatron. Who is Ultimus's nemesis? Honestly, I don't know yet. Before I read this question, all I had as main antagonists for Ultimus were just versions of him from alternate universe where he was evil. Mainly Nemesis Ultimus, a Decepticon clone, and Ultimus U Cronus, a Shattered Glass version where he has the Matrix of Chaos instead of the Matrix of Leadership. But I am currently working on more antagonists for my series. Jacob Rigg asks, opinion on the Bionicle movies? I think they're pretty good. They can be kind of confusing at times, but that can be said about this entire franchise. A lot of stuff I think has been retconned since then, but the animation and character designs are amazing, and I think, to an extent, they still hold up. The underscore Yeet asks, if you could have a pet swamp puppy, what would you name it? I honestly don't know how you got a second one in, but I'll answer it. I would name it probably either Skull Crusher or Albert. I will not explain my reasoning. Mindy Sultana asks, what other projects do you plan on doing in the future? Well, as I've stated before, I am thinking about making an animated series. I do want to wrap up the Battle of Botan Magna story I have going on for my Modeling Mock series, although that won't be the end of turning dinosaurs into Bionicles, or even turning said dinosaurs into Transformers, but that's a story for another time. Other than that, I'd love to get started on a full armor build. I'm thinking about making the armor set of my custom Spartan in Halo Reach. Of course, I need to get the big printer I have on my back porch running before I can get started on that. So, stay tuned, I guess. Somebody was there and here wants to know, what is your process to make custom/color pieces? What I mean is, like, what do you do to get pieces with colors that didn't come with them in the first place? I could actually make an entire tutorial on this question alone, which is what I'm going to do. So I apologize I won't be able to cover it very much in this video, but rest assured, when I do make that video and release it, I'll come back to this video and just mark it in the cards. Thank you again for the question, and I will hope to get that video out very soon. And that was our final question. I want to thank you all again so much for getting us this far. It really means a lot to me to see how far we've come in such a short amount of time. Just these past few weeks, we've gone up almost 150 subscribers. That is insane. I just can't tell you how grateful I am. I do this as a hobby. This is what I do in my downtime between school and work. And the fact that y'all watch and like my content is just... It's nothing short of amazing. And I genuinely want to thank you all for getting us this far. And before I end this transmission, I want to leave you with one final message. Till all are one.